demon. I have a Pharisee demon. I'm camera shy too. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. There's a time and a place to wear your seatbelt. I like the way it feels. I got used to it when I'm driving. Now, when I was a small child, it was so annoying. It made me sick. I hated it. I hated it. Those stupid seatbelt laws. Not that they're stupid, they're just... I mean, seatbelts require... I mean, even if they... I mean, just drive better, you guys. Stop hitting other cars. Here, let me drive real slow. Well, now that I know that I'm doing it, it's a sin. You see? Don't waste that guy's time for no reason. Yeah, let's say that story. True story. I rarely start my story with true story because now sarcasm's turned off. Well, bye-bye. Sarcasm is gone. Simple, gone. That's why I try not to start my stories with "this is a true story," because now it's... all Mookie bets are off. Should be able to remember it. It happened yesterday. Just giving people a hard time. That's one of the theories going around. I think Eric's just trying to give us a hard time. Yeah, really? Oh, so you've never given someone a hard time before? Is that what you're saying? Because Jesus said, let he who was out sin cast the first stone. He wasn't talking about all sin. He was talking about that sin. What's it? Right. The woman caught in what? What was she doing? What was the sin? It's called adultery. Well, that's really rare these days, but back in the day, it happened all the time. All the time. It happened so much that every single person there did it. So they left. And Jesus says, neither will I condemn you. He didn't forgive her. He said, neither will I condemn you. Well, where are you getting this, Eric? This interpretation of the text? Because no one interprets it like this. Well, it was from a guy named David Pawson. Who's that? Some guy on the internet who shouldn't have been teaching or preaching. They told him, he said, the guy says, listen, I've digested a large piece of God. All I know is don't teach. James 3:1, don't teach. And he says, okay. He goes home, prays, comes back. So yeah, I'm going to be teaching. I must. Okay. Have fun with that. And he went around teaching and preaching. And that was one of his doctrines. I mean, maybe he's right. I mean, Jesus wasn't talking about all sin, otherwise police couldn't do their job. The parents couldn't discipline their children. That'd be ridiculous. Maybe he's right. My dad raised me, no pride allowed. Humility only. Pretty much anything else, think for yourself. And my dad learned from me. He observed me and watched me. It was about the mental faculty. It wasn't about the answer. It was about the journey towards it. My dad was disappointed that my brother chose some other, not that my brother's a bad guy. Ask his friends. He's a good guy. He's a sweet boy. My brother asked me, do you think Jesus was an alien? Well, first of all, where are you getting this question? And second of all, I'm just happy to be talking about religion, because my brother has a no religion rule. It's a great way to out of the womb, I disliked that person. He was taking 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50% of my attention. It's like, why is he here? Why is this one here? I watched a show called Dexter's Lab. It was my favorite show. And the character in the show called his sister stupid over and over and over again. You're stupid. You are stupid. And don't forget, you are stupid. I watched a movie called Dumbo. That's what my brother is. He's a Dumbo. He's a Dumbo. You're a Dumbo. My brother's like, Dumbo, you're a Dumbo. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. Finally, one day, my dad didn't know really what was the power dynamics, and he didn't care because I am the older brother, and they're just playing around. Dumbo. And my brother's just like, One day, my dad said, "Hey, Eric." I said, "Yeah." "Are you a?" And he points to the movie. Dumbo. And I thought my dad called me that. or whatever, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm a Dumbo. And I was just like, my dad didn't know. My dad was being all innocent. He's like, oh look, it's a Dumbo. Are you a Dumbo? That's what you're calling your brother? Is this what you guys are doing? Look at this one, Dumbo. He didn't even remember doing it. He told me it was one of the most intense moments of my life. At the time. I was very little. I never said Dumbo ever again. That joke is dead. It was like swag. Swag just died. Swag, swag, swag. You can feel your... Have you ever heard somebody unironically say swag in 2026 or onward? There's a bowling company that was like, oh, let's name our bowling gear Swag Bowling. Swag has been dead. Like, yeah, I feel like darkness in my stomach. Swag, swag. I mean, there was a swag phase in the world that it was just swag. It was a wicked word, and it means something wicked. I don't know what it means. Materialism, or I got swag, trip, confidence, something. Swag. I got swag. This girl on YouTube, I forget her name, but I was watching her honestly because she was pretty, very beautiful, and she was just a girl, but she had her friend, and they're like, what do you look for in a guy? And she's like, I just like a nice guy. And she's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then later she was talking about what she looks for in a guy, and she named some like weird stuff. And here's the last thing: you gotta have swag. And then she says, you don't know what swag is? I said to her, what if I bowled like 9 strikes in like 1 minute? Would that qualify as a swag? As swag? She didn't respond, and some guy says, oh yeah, like you've done that. And then I linked him the video. And he's like, oh my gosh, you have done that. And I'm thinking, I didn't realize how often people just lie on the internet and make stuff up. So, but it was it's called Picture Didn't Happen. And I just happened to have a camera because I was trying to get 8, but I was prepared to bowl for like 30 minutes or an hour. I didn't think I was actually going to get 8. And the Lord blessed me with 9 on the first try on the warm-up run. And huge shout out to Ashley Agapin, who pressed play at the right time. I've had cameramen that miss it. Shout out to Eric Brock, who missed it twice. You have one job when you're the cameraman, and it's to watch the event through the camera, basically. I mean, you can watch it up here, but you don't miss if you're going to do that. But just watch it through the camera. But he was holding it, and then he's just like, and then he like drops the camera. It's like, I was looking forward to watching that footage, and it was like, really, blue balls in me. Blue balls. Have you heard of blue balls? It's where I guess you're horny, and then you don't do it. I don't know. It's like, ever had blue balls? I mean, I have a testimony. If you think masturbation is a sin, you will get blue balls probably at some point. But it's like, the balls don't actually turn blue. It's just something that they call it, like blue balls. It's like where you do too much foreplay, basically, and then it's meant to go all the way, and then you don't finish. She keeps like denying you or whatever or something. The foreplay is like, okay, get it over with. We're sexual beings, but we don't have sex. I mean, listen. There's a lot of sex people idolize that sex. That's their god. That's their favorite. And we could talk about what people on Earth, like, that person over there is idolizing sex. That person over there. Well, I micro idolize it in a special way. I wait until marriage. So I've denied myself of the sex at the front end of my life. But I'm hoping to get a lot of sex at the end of my life. And it's something that I'm looking forward to. And it's not just to make babies. That is something that's you could argue is the most important part about it. But there's a lot of people, they say that's the worst part about it. That's why they get the orange, whatever rhymes with orange. There's a baby in there, and then they want to rhyme with orange all of a sudden. But the righteous have sex with the intention of making baby, and if you don't get baby in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, you're playing baby roulette and you just keep missing. The Lord's not blessing you with a baby. What do we do? What do we do? We want a baby. Well, pray. But there's a huge fight for, pro-life versus pro-hypocritical choice. It's such a hypocritical doctrine, this idea that the government shouldn't have the power to control our lives in this issue, because it's very strange. Now, if we were living in a world of anarchy, okay, yeah, then it's like, okay, we're gonna have one law. No words that rhyme with orange when there's a baby in the womb. It's like, really? I thought this was anarchy land. And then I'd be like, well, true. That's it. There's no laws. That's the whole point of anarchy land. No laws. And I would be pro-choice. Yes, I would be. Because if you ban that, you're opening up the door to all these other laws. But we don't live in pure anarchy in the United States of America. We have laws. No sports betting. That's a stupid law. We have, seatbelt laws. Ron Paul said, very stupid law. Amen. It's a very stupid law. Here, I'll take it off right now. Do you respect the law? Yes. Do you respect the law? Which law? Just the law in general. Yeah, I think so. Are you sure? So You think it's a stupid law because Ron Paul said so. A congressman. Can you make a case for the other side? Maybe. I have to think about that. Anyways. Please tell me this video is AI generated. I want to tell you that. Just please tell me. Just tell me. Growing up, I used to like the San Francisco Giants. Why? Don't say that. Why not? Kennedy. Why not? Born into it. I had to tell a Yankees fan that. You're born into it. And you go, it just, beat your local team. The truth is, you can like whoever you want for whatever reason you want. It was a joke. But you know what his reason was? It's because they're the best, right? Bandwagon, or, you know, most talented, most skilled. But it's actually more innocent than that and cute. It's amazing. This answer. What? It was those pinstripes. Pinstripes. What's that? Oh, the clothing? Yeah, right when I saw those pinstripes, I was like, oh, that's my dude. He's been following him for 15 years. Okay. There's the fish hook. It's like, so pretty. Now maybe he stayed with them because the Yankees are the best team of all time. Objectively, when it comes to World Series championships, that's what I mean. Objectively, it's like, what's your definition of objectively? What does that mean? Well, I wish I could say 10 things sometimes I wish I could say 10 or 20 things at a time. But what makes it interesting about everyone having one mouth, 2 ears, one mouth, there's a competition. What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? You can only say one thing at a time. In certain heavens, you can say 20, 30, 50, 100 things at a time, which is awesome. But there's also something awesome about only being able to say one thing at a time. It's just awesome in a different way, you know? It's called focus. You focus in on one thing. It's kind of cool. We have nothing to compare it to. I mean, if you guys could see some of the heavens, it would honestly ruin your day, ruin your week, ruin your month, possibly ruin your life. This girl was an artist. She went up to heaven, touched it, listened to music, and the music is so good. She comes back, cringe. Music is cringe for the rest of her life. It's just overdone, especially classical. It's just cringe. And what does cringe mean? Cringe just means out of tune. Too cringe. Aren't you listening to music? Too cringe. But God weighed the scales. I didn't want her listening to music anyways. She's an artist. It's okay. Have you ever heard the expression, there are bigger fish to fry? It's wicked. It's true, but it's you don't fry this one, it's gonna get bad. I like this right here. There's a speed limit. I don't know if there's a speed minimum, but there's 2 lanes. That guy's unhappy about it. Okay. These guys, I don't know if they're pissed or what. They didn't honk though. 866. Let's talk about that. 866. Wow. No. Nope. I'm not a sign seeker, I'm a sign receiver. This evil generation seeks for a sign, and none will be given, except for the sign of Jonah. Where's it? 866. What's that? Yeah, but what does this have to do with the original? My roommate is adorable. He's a 33-year-old virgin. And those are just all over the place. That's not a unicorn, that's... It's not just me and him. I don't think. But 866. What's that? Well, I'll tell you what I think. James. Is that the Old Testament or the New Testament? It's actually a Murphy. It's the third option, Murphy. Do you know what a false dichotomy is? The false dichotomy fallacy. Well, you can't just put me into a box. You're an idiot. It's called the my favorite fallacy is the fallacy. Oh, he used false dichotomy fallacy. It's a formal fallacy. What does that have to do with anything? Fallacy. It's my favorite one. There's nothing wrong with a false dichotomy. I'm a professional apples to apples player. You can't pick both. You can't pick neither. Those are the 2 main rules. I don't know. It's pretty bad. So you're saying you're stupid. Sucks to be you. Not as bad as the first 2. What's the other one? best is where you say, ooh, that's a good one. Everyone wins on that. But it's a game of intellectual learning. There's really, I mean, it's an amazing game. And you know what has value based on what? Comparison. That's how you know who's 1, who's 2, who's 3, who's 4, who's 5. Comparison. Who do you love more? God or family? I thought everyone knew the answer to that. I'm sorry, we're just raised differently. It is not a slam dunk for God. Not in this world. Not in this world. There are religious people. I've met religious people who will tell me family over God. Really? Sometimes I feel like I'm struggling with my relationship with God. But I mean, I'll never be that. I mean, it's just choices. I'm going through choices right now. See? You see? I could charge my phone, or I could just keep talking. I have these movements. You see? I could turn the video off. I could honk the horn. Honk the horn again. I have some choices. 866, what's that? Weren't you going to tell us Trey about Barry Bonds? There's good, better, best. James 1:19. Be quick to listen, slow to speak. Slow to speak. So that means I have to have righteous pauses? Well, you don't have to. Well, that's what the verse says. Be slow to speak. That's what it says. Ugh. That's what that license plate said. UGH. I mean, I don't care what state you're in. We have the best. I mean, my opinion. And I don't know, but I mean, I like our license plates the most. It's number, letter, number. So all the license plates have Bible verses on it, and there's 3-letter words. All MLB, FOX. I haven't seen an FOX. I want to see a Fox. LOL. I've seen LOL. That was a big moment day for me. I'm a collector. NBA. I love random license plates. And you'd think it's 1 in 1,000 cars. 666. You would think. For whatever reason, it's 1 in 200. Welcome to America. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world. 1 in 200. Well, how'd they pull that off? I thought they were randomly generated. Oh, they're randomly generated, all right. Have you ever heard someone say that? Oh, there's no coincidences. How do you know that? Because God's in control. And God's micromanaging everything. There's some truth to most quotes. There's no coincidences. We know what you mean by that. But some people take it really literally, like coincidences don't exist. So you don't think God can create coincidences? You don't think God can create? Why would you say that? Luck doesn't exist. Why would you say that? Proverbs 16:33. Man casts the dice into the lot. Man determines the value thereof. What that verse means to you is completely different than what it means to me. And you have to, filter it through. I mean, just listen, there's a lot more going on than you think. I mean, it's just 866, what's that? Come on here, get there. James, is that the Old Testament or the New Testament? Darwin Avenue. Charles Darwin. If we could just teach that in school, the kids will do all the chores. And they won't question the system. I don't know how they pulled that off, but they did it. Darwinian evolution. The only thing worse than a fool is an old fool. She's 78 years old. No, it's evolution. It's evolution. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Really? That's what I was taught. And when has anyone anywhere ever been wrong? That age, now I've seen it all. Wise man changes his mind when he gets new information 100% of the time. What's your percentage? 866, what's that? James, is that the Old Testament or the New Testament? Murphy. Well, you just broke the false dichotomy. So I have to pick New Testament. Why's that? Because James is in the New Testament. $8.66, what's that? James Murphy. At Dublin. 866. James Murphy. First, let's start with a 600. How do you get that? Very carefully. $200 average. Good luck with that. How about a 700? Average. Let's say you start with a 199. It's not a bad game. It's a good game. Good choice. $300. Can do really? Game 3. $300 again. 24 strikes in a row. What's that? Well, I'm up. 300 plus 300 plus 199. Right? 799. So that's not an 800 now. Okay. You don't need to know how to bowl. To know that 799 is really good. What's an 866? Oh, well, I mean, it would be like getting a 300, a 300, and then an 866. I mean, 300, 300, 266 would be an 866, yeah. 299, 300, 267. It's just, there's a few different combinations you can get. So that's impressive. Well, did you do it at Dublin? Because if you did it at Dublin, I'd be impressed. I mean, some of these other houses, they're all walled up. No matter where you throw it, it comes back. still good, but it's really good. But it's okay. It's good. It's good. Yeah, well. He did do it at Dublin. That is sick. Sick, sick, sick. Okay, and what's the one in the story? Well, I saw it last split at 866, and you know. Now I have a choice. What do I say next? I could go over here, Good, better, best. These are the choices I like. If you ever find yourself in hell, yell at God. I'll be good. I'll be good. And really mean it. He'll get you out of there. It's called repentance.